So, my name is Christophe Guiret.
I'm Victor de Boer.
And we're very sorry we couldn't be with you today, so instead we recorded a video to explain you a bit what we do here in Amsterdam about the worldwide semantic web activities. And it's around data, and we know that data sharing is a universal problem, so there's people that want to share data all over the place for different reasons. And people do that with very different means. You can see on the left and the right quite different means to do the same thing, the same data. And here, to do this data sharing, we consider that semantic web technologies could be a rather good match because they allow to express data in context. They're also very good for decentralized authoring, and they allow for reasoning with different word conceptualization and doing data integration. And it's also very good for meeting equality. The biggest problem we observed is that in the semantic web community, most systems are designed with a focus on computer literate users and availability on big data centers and things in the cloud, and also with pretty much one view and big data for everybody. And that limits the applicability of this technology in the developing context. So our proposal there is to downscale. So instead of only looking at scaling up technologies to accommodate more and more users and more data, we also look at the very specific needs and characteristics of some smaller community that do need to share data but cannot rely on the same tools the privileged few are enjoying. And you can look at this website, worldwidesemanticweb.org, to find more information. And this website will show you that we are a community that is working on projects and doing a fair share of teaching and training activities as well. And here are the numbers of members of this community and representative projects. And our activities are centered around data. So we look at structured, semantically rich and linked data that is preferably locally relevant and locally produced so that we can really target these needs. And we look at this data around three different angles. The first one is the infrastructure, because not everybody has access to power grid resource and big hardware and stable internet, cheap connections. So we have to design systems that work with limited electricity, offline or locally connected contexts, and also on small hardware that is easy to replace if broken, that is affordable. And some of the things we did in that context are the semantic web projects to make the web PC laptop, the XO lint of the data ready, and also EOS to publish the lint of the data in a totally decentralized context.
Okay, so we're also looking at relevancy of this semantic data. So what we know is that this data at the global level might be relevant for some and at the local level might be relevant for others. And what we want to make sure is that this level of relevancy is matched to the persons who are using this data. So we may want to make sure that we work together with the target user community in an interactive way so that we are sure that they get the right data at the right time. And also the size has to be appropriate. So infrastructural issues might require downscaling of the data size as well. So a number of projects we are looking at this, for example the SAMP-LD. So there we are looking at where we can sample large linked data sets so that they are still representative but also work on small hardware. And at the same time we're also looking at, for example, rainfall data, where we want to combine very locally produced data by local farmers in West Africa and combine it with this global level weather data that's out there in the cloud. And finally, we're also looking at interfaces. So how can we get the data to local people in the field, and how can we make sure that people that have limited computer skills, have low literacy levels, and speak small languages that are not supported by, for example, text-to-speech systems or interfaces, make sure that these people can still access the information. And one of the ways that we look at this is through the development of voice interfaces, and in FP7 project Voices and some subsequent projects. So there we look at how we can use voice-based interfaces using simple mobile phones for Malian farmers to access market data information. And we also developed 2 other systems, and the video that you can see on this link will show you those 3 systems and the success we had in that project. So these are examples of what we've been doing and the research questions that we're interested in, and we're very looking forward to getting more people involved and to collaborate with others in these and new projects. So please jump in and join us at worldwidesemanticweb.org.